Hey guys, so very interesting times, not only at Ohio State, where Ryan Day right now, where the AD and everybody, Ross Bjork is coming in there, and it's crazy. It's vroom, vroom, vroom. Right now, Ryan Day is like, oh my God, I only was used to driving 70 on a 60 miles an hour highway. Now we're driving 80. I guess we're still doing it. So, but at Auburn right now, Auburn gets rid of Scotty Montgomery, and Auburn also gets rid of Ron Roberts. Now, just thinking out loud here, again, I'm not in the Auburn athletic department. I'm not, an insider at Auburn. I believe that Ron Roberts and Scotty Montgomery, that these people meddled with Hugh Freeze a lot. And there was a lot of maybe turmoil upstairs between Hugh Freeze, Ron Roberts, and Montgomery. So what ended up happening is Hugh Freeze hires a veteran, DJ Durkin. All right, DJ Durkin knows how to recruited that A&M, defense, really. I guess Mike Elko kind of did, and then he was at Ole Miss. I'm not all that fired up about either Wes McGriff. I'm not fired up about DJ Durkin. I mean, you had Walter Nolan on that defensive line. You had Stewart on that defensive line. The cornerbacks that were at A&M are really, really good. The defense was just okay. It could have been a complete dominating defense, but it didn't really shut down, I want to say. Other than the Auburn game, like even against Alabama was able to torch A&M's defense, and it shouldn't have worked out that way. I mean, you're not going to have a more talented defense at Auburn than you had at A&M. I mean, that 2021 recruiting class, one of the great recruiting classes ever. He was at Ole Miss. He did fine, but honestly, Pete Golden came in and did just as well. I don't think that DJ Durkin's setting the world on fire. I just think it's a retread and a guy that I don't think even did an excellent job at A&M. If he did an excellent job, he would have been considered for a head coach. So I know he was at Maryland. I know that he's an experienced defensive coordinator, but does he have ties with Hugh Freeze? I mean, let's go look up exactly what DJ Durkin's resume is. And he was at Maryland, and of course the controversy there, at Maryland, but what's up with DJ Durkin, and how do we feel about this? Because I just think he's an all-right defensive coordinator. I mean, if you had that kind of talent and you know that your offense revolves around Max Johnson throwing the football, you better have a dang good defense, and they really didn't have that good of a defense. So right now, Hugh Freeze on offense, he knows McGriff well, but Hugh Freeze is going to take over play calling on the offensive side of the ball. And then with defense, DJ Durkin, all right, he's 46. I thought that he was an older coach. He's from Ohio. Spent a lot of time at Florida throughout his journey, but then was at Ole Miss and Texas A&M. So, yeah, I mean, think that the guy's all right, but I don't think by any means that this is, oh my gosh, that this is like a Dave Aranda or somebody that's, completely elite. I think that even Jim Leonard would have been interesting. Who knows about maybe Austin Armstrong, or like Zach Alley's an interesting name at Oklahoma, who's like maybe an up-and-comer would have been, an interesting defensive coordinator. But, Hugh Freeze deciding to go with Durkin, I think that Durkin can be okay. He does know how to recruit. I don't know if it's going to be elite. Now, Hugh Freeze just has to get quarterback right. The offense needs to carry this defense. I don't think we're ever going to see a Hugh Freeze team where defense will carry the offense. I just think that the defense will be okay. The DJ Durkin schemes, even at A&M, I don't know if I see unbelievable creativity. I mean, Tyler Van Dyke lit up that A&M defense, and it shouldn't have been that bad. The A&M defense didn't overperform with DJ Durkin. It actually underperformed, and so did Ole Miss to some degree, okay? So I know that he has experience and friendships here. The job, he's going to have to recruit well, and he's going to have to do a better job at Auburn than he did at at Texas A&M. I got to tell you this coaching staff, Hugh Freeze is going to have to carry this coaching staff. The NIL collective, they're going to have to bring in talent, and Hugh Freeze's offense is going to have to be elite, because right now with this staff, like, he tried to bring in Montgomery, it didn't work. Ron Roberts maybe was too old to be a defensive coordinator, so they got younger. It's a lot of turmoil right now at Auburn in terms of everything on the coaching staff. So, Peyton Foran is there. Walker White is waiting there in the wings. You also got Brown, who's a quarterback there. They're going to have to nail that position. The wide receivers are going to have to be as good as advertised for Auburn, and they're going to have to be good. Next year is the year when everything should pop. But this year you need to stabilize, and the conference is going to get harder. So we're going to have to see what happens, with Auburn. Again, this SEC is just getting really, really tough. But the Durkin hire is okay. It's average. He's not at his highest point. I get it. But again, this offense is going to have to be an offensive-led team, and all the pressure now is squarely on Hugh Freeze to see if he can get the most out of this football team.